Hi guys, on this series of videos I'm going to take you behind the scenes, our UR stories, record and sample your inspiration video that you can find on the Steinberg UR series YouTube channel. Recording high-end supercars is not something you do every day, but it's definitely an exciting experience, so you want to make the best out of it. To record the sounds on location, I use the UR22 Mark II with an iPad running Cubasis LE. Setting up the UR22 Mark II to be the audio interface for Cubasis is actually very simple. All you have to do is connect the UR22 Mark II with your iPad using a USB cable and a USB to Lightning adapter. Then, on the back of the unit, set the power source switch to the 5V DC position. iOS devices cannot provide power to audio interfaces, but since the UR22 Mark II needs 5V power to work, you can basically power it with any standard USB charger. In this case though, I needed to be completely mobile, so I used a simple battery pack, like the ones you use to charge your phone. This allowed me to move easily around the car to capture the sounds. Once you connect your battery pack, you will see that the USB LED light on the front of the UR22 Mark II will turn on, indicating that it now works as the audio interface for your iOS device. Then, all you have to do is launch the Cubasis LE app. Cubasis will instantly recognize your UR interface, so no additional setup is required. Under the project settings, you can set up your sample rate and bit resolution for your audio recordings. Then all you have to do is create an audio channel. On the routing tab in the inspector, you can select whether this channel will be mono or stereo. If you're recording a single microphone, you want to set this to mono. If you want to record two microphones at the same time using both preamps, you might want to set this to stereo. You can also select which input you want to use for recording. For example, for the UR22 Mark II, we have the options of input 1 and input 2. This corresponds to the two preamps on the front, so you have total control of which input you wish to use for recording. Recording those cars was quite a challenging project, as the sounds coming out of them had an extremely wide dynamic range, ranging from very quiet switch clicks to some ultra loud engine growls. Therefore, I really needed to check my recording levels. To do this in Cubasis, you open the mixer, click on the monitor button on the channel you want to record on, and check the levels. The UR22 Mark II offers latency-free hardware monitoring using the input to DAW mix knob in front of the unit. In actual fact, during recording, I kept it all the way to input so I could hear only my microphone signal, as I didn't really need to monitor the sound coming out of Cubasis. I used the ST-M01 headphones to monitor while recording. These headphones are closed back, which was ideal in this case, as I needed as much isolation as possible to determine if I was getting the correct sound. Even a slight change of angle would have a dramatic effect on the sound of the recordings, especially when it came to the engine sounds. I used a range of microphones to record the different sounds: dynamic, condenser, small diaphragm microphones, including the Steinberg ST-M01 condenser microphone. The UR22 Mark II provides 48V phantom power, so it can power those microphones with no problem. I managed to get good results from pretty much all microphones, but I found that I preferred the sound of the condensers, especially for the mechanical sounds, as they seem to have a more solid bottom end and detail. That meant, of course, I had to move a little bit further away from the sound source and turn down the preamp gain so that I wouldn't overload the preamp. A trick that I did is I recorded the same sound from different angles so I could create a wider sound in post-production. It's a neat trick, especially if you're recording continuous sounds like engines. When I wanted a wider sound in other cases, I just recorded with two microphones at the same time, setting them up for XY recording. After 5 hours of recording, all the sounds were securely stored in a Cubasis project on my iPad. On the next video, I'm going to show you how I transfer the sounds in Cubase for post-production to get them ready for a final product, a HALion 6 car sounds library.